Hey guys, very quick comparison video here of two super popular watches in two different, very different segments. One is the SEIKO SUMO, the Prospex SBDC031. Oops, upside down. Reference there, that is the SEIKO SUMO, and the other is the PARNIS GMT2, which is a homage watch. Pretty much a very close copy of the Rolex GMT Master 2, or the Batman, which signifies the color tone on the ceramic bezel. It has sapphire crystal. It has a date window magnifier or cyclops. It has a ceramic bezel, which definitely looks to be scratch-proof upon inspection. The quality, the build quality, and the overall appearance of this Parnis is quite good, I have to say, for $115 US. These are both my buddy's watches, and he's lending them to me to review, because I thought they'd be kind of cool to check out closer. I've seen a few reviews on these because I was thinking of getting the SUMO myself, and I have to say it's really hefty, solid, pretty thick watch. 44 millimeters across. It has a 20 millimeter lug width. Both of these watches have a 20 millimeter lug width, and that's one of the primary reasons why I thought it'd be interesting to look at them, because they both have the same bracelet width and lug width across, and yet they're different sizes. So it kind of gives you an idea of what that sizing would look like on these type of watches. The SEIKO SUMO is about 13 and maybe a half millimeters thick, and it's got some really interesting lines that give it a different feel on the wrist. Let me quickly put these both on while I'm showing you this, and you can see what they look like side by side on the wrist. And then the Parnis has a lever lock, does not have the exact same oyster lock, flip lock, so that's interesting. It does have the polished center links and the matte on the sides, so all of that sort of checks out, aside from the fact that this is a sterile version. Also sterile meaning that there are absolutely no logos or writing on the case, the bracelet, the dial, anywhere, unlike with the SEIKO. As you can see, it has a signed crown, and it has logos on the underside and also on the dial. But you can really kind of see that the SEIKO definitely looks bigger on the wrist, and although a lot of people do seem to complain about the 20 millimeter lug width and the bracelet, I think it actually looks quite good. If you've got a mid-sized to smaller wrist, you can pull this one off, I think, a lot better than you might with a much larger lug width and a larger strap. Another thing too with the SEIKO is you can put a 20 millimeter Marine Master 300 strap right there, which is what I have. It's an excellent strap, by the way. OEM. You can get this online, and you have to do a little bit of hunting. Sometimes they're harder to find. Occasionally a real one shows up on eBay. This one I happened to get when I was in Asia for my friend. And this one here is just a decent quality RAF two-piece Nato Strap, and that would work with either one of these. Works great with the SUMO, would work really well with the GMT2 because they have the same width, so they will work with both. But either one of those would change the profile of these watches significantly, give them a different wrist presence, and actually probably make them a little easier to wear, a little lighter, obviously, because the stainless steel bracelets are heavier overall. Anyway, yeah, I recommend, if you can find either one of these on Amazon Prime, it's a good buy. The SEIKO is a bulletproof watch, excellent watch. I'm looking to get one myself soon, and I have to say, just upon examining the Parnis, it's it's a $100 watch. A lot of people definitely don't like these homage watches. Some would love to have something that kind of has the Rolex look. Obviously won't perform the same way, but it is a very nice looking watch, very inky, dark black, kind of a gloss dial. The movement, you know, it's an unrefined movement. It's a Chinese movement. Obviously, it's a clone, but not bad. Seems to be keeping pretty good time. I've had these for about 48 hours. The SEIKO probably plus or minus 5 seconds, and this one, I'd say pretty close to that. The one downside I can really see with the PARNIS right off the bat, though, when it came out of the box, is that the Cyclops, or the date window, it definitely seems misaligned. It's not centered. However, the bezel, of course, I've seen a few other reviews. A lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about the bezel with some of the models they reviewed. I actually think this one's pretty solid. It does have a very little bit of back play, but the clicks are nice. It is firm on the case. So if you were thinking of getting one of these, and you bought it on Amazon Prime, if you were lucky enough to find one of these sterile models on Amazon Prime, I would go that route, because if there is any issue with it out of the box, you'd have the opportunity to return it, no questions asked, very quickly. Also, it'll ship to you quickly. A lot of the other sellers on eBay and some of the other places, I think they'd probably be delivering this thing from Hong Kong or China, and it will take quite a while in an e-packet. So anyway, there's a very quick comparison of these two. Not really a true review. This is my first video, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool to show these two very different but unique watches side by side, so you can get an idea of what they look like. Any questions or anything, comments, yeah, let me know. Thanks, guys.